is one of the oldest business buildings in Clifton. It once served as a harness shop and later as a newspaper office. It was purchased by the Clifton Village Board in 1975 and was completely remodeled and renovated. Then the library was invited to share quarters with the village government. A Clifton architect designed the interior of the building using suggestions made by the library and village board. The upper level is the village board's meeting room. This view from the boardroom overlooks the middle balcony level, which houses the children's book department. Plump cushions are provided for sitting on the floor, and roll-away center shelves clear extra floor space for story hours. The three levels, featuring the open balcony arrangement, suggest far more space than actual measurements indicate. Huge windows on the south wall light both balcony and downstairs areas. The building is automatically heated and air-conditioned. The lower level contains the adult department, teen department, a magazine and reading area, a reference section, study table area, a bathroom, a record listening room, the checkout desk, and closet and cupboard storage. The original brick interior and the new paneling were painted white. Beams were left exposed and painted, and white formica covers all desk surfaces and counters. The carpeting is orange throughout. The heating ducts and pipes were given rousing coats of orange and magenta paint to produce a modern built-in seriograph on the ceiling and down the west wall. The shocking warm colors accented against white walls and formica surfaces, the blonde shelving, and the large expanses of glass combine to make this small library a cheerful place. The white brick wall serves as background for an eye-stopping wall hanging and a large chifleur plant. Purple saucer chairs complete the unusual color scheme. Overhead is a mobile in orange, white, and black. It was created by an art teacher and given by a high school class in memory of deceased members of their class. Other artwork by local artists is displayed periodically in the library. All furnishings for this library, this large collection of paperbacks, all the hardcover books, magazine subscriptions, and recordings have been donated to the library. All the labor required to organize and catalog it has been volunteered. No tax money has been used. With the prospect of new quarters for the library, the organization and cataloging of the collection began. This crew had no training in cataloging. Since they volunteered their time, none of it could be wasted with training sessions. Stations were set up with written instructions and examples for doing one particular job. Station 1 typed the pocket. Station 2 typed the book card. Station 3 did the shelf list card. Station 4 the author card. Station 5 typed the title card. Stations 6 and 7 typed subject cards. Station 8 marked the spine, and Station 9 stamped the books with property stamp. Station 10 checked the cataloging and packed the books in boxes for moving. Husbands with pickup trucks moved boxes of adult and teen books to the new library, where crews of shelvers unpacked and shelved them. School children carried the children's books from one building to the other. Our collection now fills all shelf space available. We have over 2,000 paperbacks and 4,500 hardcover books. Magazine subscriptions are donated by a bank, and a few recordings are available also. New books are continually provided through gifts, cash donations, and memorials, and we are replacing some of the original books with better books. Discarded books, duplicates, and back issues of magazines are sold at the Lions Club street sale. Simple cataloging provides the shelf list card, main card, title card, joint author cards, and subject cards for nonfiction. No attempt was made to annotate catalog cards or provide analytics. New books are purchased fully cataloged and processed. Paperbacks are not cataloged, but their spines and pockets are marked with symbols: a heart for romance, a question mark for mysteries, a horseshoe for westerns. In the background is the life-size clown who resides in the children's department. The children's collection includes paperbacks, fiction and non-fiction books, recordings, and book recording kits, as well as children's magazines. The children's collections are divided for grades K through 3 and grades 4 through 6. They are cataloged separately in this small card catalog. Books for the lower grades are not kept in strict library shelving order, but books for the upper grades are. The teen collection is close to the study table and chairs. While this is the smallest collection, it is the one we have given first priority, and more frequently students are coming to the library for help with school assignments, catechism lessons, and reference questions. We also refer students to other libraries for further help with term papers and projects. The adult fiction and nonfiction stacks occupy the center aisles and west wall of the lower level. Because the library depends heavily on donated books, there is no balanced collection. However, this goal is kept in mind when new books are ordered, and new purchases should eventually fill the gaps in the collection. The vertical file holds pamphlets, maps, travel information, and pictures. Oversized books are kept atop the file. The back tier of shelves holds adult nonfiction, and the two forward tiers hold adult fiction books. Newly purchased books are identified by large yellow dots on their spines. This embryonic reference section is built around a recently purchased set of World Book encyclopedias. There are also beginning collections of local history, rare books, free government publications, and information regarding local government, such as zoning ordinances and EPA regulations. This area is used for storing magazines and for general reading. 15 magazine subscriptions are donated annually by a bank and a service club. The village newspaper is available also. Wide window ledges to the right are perfect for displaying new books, so people passing on the street can look over the library's latest titles or books of special interest. A closet fitted with a shelf holds a donated record player and a small collection of adult, teen, and children's recordings. They may be checked out for 1 week. These recordings also provide background music when the library is open. They are given simple shelf list cataloging separate from the book collection. The tandem desk arrangement is shared by the librarian and the village clerk. It provides ample space for 2 typewriters, 2 swivel chairs, and equal amounts of storage in the desks and cupboards behind it. The bulletin board and phone are also shared. There is much storage space in the large wall closet behind the desk. One of the unique features of Clifton Library is its dependence upon an all-volunteer staff of 32 women of all ages. Each volunteer serves once during an 8-week period. A schedule is mailed to each volunteer 3 times per year, along with a list of substitutes. The library key is kept by one person and will be found in her mailbox when she is not at home. 2 librarians serve each time the library is open. They are responsible for circulation, shelving, keeping records, and cleaning the library. Workers attended a training session, and they are provided with instruction sheets for reference and a phone number to call for help. New volunteers serve with experienced volunteers. Occasionally, a trained librarian takes time to untangle the snags. Obviously, changing personnel poses some problems, but they are surprisingly few. During the summer months, a federal program provides salaries for otherwise unemployed persons to serve in nonprofit organizations. We have used 3 of these people to keep the library open every afternoon, Monday through Saturday, and Tuesday evening. In addition, clerical work such as marking book spines, organizing the vertical file, and filing all the catalog cards for 4,500 books was done. At the end of August, when the children go back to school, the library returns to its volunteer staff, who have enjoyed a welcome vacation. Book selection is done by 2 qualified librarians in their spare time at home. Donated funds are shared between the Children's Department and the Teen Adult Department. Books are selected on the basis of relevant interest, keeping in mind a more balanced collection. More nonfiction books than fiction books are purchased using catalogs and standard selection aids. A special effort is made to provide a few of the latest bestsellers in the adult section, even if they are only of transient interest. We do not want the library to have an image of a place for storing dusty old books that have been discarded. Shiny new bestsellers dispel that impression in a hurry. However, we are careful to put the major share of our donated money into lasting nonfiction and quality fiction books. Library financing is simple. There is no tax money, therefore there is no budget. The only money the library handles are donations and fines. Money received for the purchase of books and money from fines is put directly into a checking account to cover the purchases of new books and supplies. Later donations for furnishings are put in the savings account to draw interest until needed, then are run through the checking account. There is a comfortable balance in the savings account for future needs. The checking account balance is kept low through the frequent purchase of new books. Circulation records and financial records are kept for each time the library is open. An annual report is presented to the Clifton Village Board. Clifton Library patrons' cards are honored at the Kankakee Public Library, and our patrons are also welcomed at Kankakee Community College, since they are residents of the college taxing district. The patrons' card file shows that over 500 cards have been issued during the 2 years the library has been in operation. The library expects to grow as the village grows. This quilt show is typical of the activities the library has sponsored during its vigorous program of public relations. We have enjoyed good newspaper coverage with book reviews of new books and stories about all the library's exhibits and shows. Our public relations program began with this quilt show. To our amazement, over 50 quilts were brought for display, as well as many other quilted items. We have had an egg decorating exhibit, a ship, car, airplane model show for teens, a dried flower arrangement show, china painting exhibit, story hours for preschoolers, and a series of changing art exhibits. Santa visited the library at Christmas, and live bunnies, chicks, and a lamb visited at Easter. The library won a first-place trophy for this entry in the Bicentennial Parade. Children selected favorite titles and decorated cardboard boxes to look like books. Lombardi was joined by Little House on the Prairie, Charlotte's Web, Bambi, Gone with the Wind, and many others. The library also has sponsored a film festival using free Disney films borrowed from a bank and a 16mm projector borrowed from the high school. We soon ran out of balloons when 300 kids showed up. Our public relations program helps to remind people of our needs when they are considering memorials or gifts. Many of our new books have been given in memory of deceased or specially honored club members. We are very careful to write thank you notes specifying titles of books purchased or descriptions of equipment. We also provide book plates and plaques honoring those for whom the gift was made. Rules for checking out materials are simple. Cards cost $1 for adults and 10 cents for students and children. They are renewed 1 year from the date issued. Any 3 items may be checked out on each card. Current magazines and recordings are loaned for 1 week. Older magazines and all books are loaned for 2 weeks. Some townsfolk poke their heads in the door just to say hi. Children stop on their way home from school, sometimes to read and sometimes just to use the bathroom. Political meetings and receptions are held in the library when it is not observing library hours. One employee of a nearby grocery store finds the library a quiet place to spend time on his coffee break. The people of Clifton are proud of their library. We know if it were tax-supported, it could grow in quality and provide more service to the community. We hope it will be tax-supported someday, but right now there is pride in creating this little library on a shoestring. Consider the hours of volunteer labor spent in raising money to purchase furnishings, equipment, and books. Consider the hours of volunteer labor spent in cataloging and moving the collection, and then the countless hours spent in staffing it each year. There is pride in accomplishment and an appreciation for the result of all that effort that simply paying a library tax cannot provide. This library was most certainly a labor of love of books and reading.